Live from the Flame Steakhouse, it's Jonesboro Rotary Club. Jonesboro Rotary Club President Larry Aiken.
Welcome, everybody, again to Rotary. I want to thank John for filling in last week. That was a terrific program. I watched the YouTube from Calgary, and an amazing guy, 99 years old. For those of you who weren't here, I suggest you go to the YouTube and take a look at Hubert Edwards, who at 99 is sharp as a tack. I mean, and I'm sure he could do hours and hours and hours of his World War II experience.
He would have loved to have had an hour.
Yeah, or more. I mean, the stuff just kept coming, and it was an amazing program. And David, could I ask you to give the invocation, please?
Yeah. Bow with me, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful spring day. Thank you for all of our blessings. We ask that you keep us mindful that our purpose for serving as Rotarians is to make the community and the world a better place for all to live. And we ask that you bless this food, your service. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Don't sit down, David, because
Was that not good enough?
One of the best parts of this job and the fun of Rotary that we have is to do our community support and provide checks for those agencies and nonprofits here in town that are so worthy of our support. So, David, could you ask Nick to come up and the why? And we have a check presentation. David's on the board, as everybody knows, for the RCA. And so, David, can I give you that? And would you make a few comments about the why? And introduce Nick.
First of all, this is Nick Hoffman. He is on staff at the Y. And every year the Y, the Triangle Y, which the Ingram family, our local YMCA is part of, it's called the annual campaign. It raises money to fund, give scholarships to kids for summer camp who can't afford it otherwise, as well as after-school programs, wellness programs. And so Jonesboro Rotary pledged $500 towards that campaign, and we just want to give it to you, and because we know it's going to go to a good cause. So anything you'd like to say, Nick?
No, I'll just say thank you on behalf of the YMCA. This money does go to support great causes that the YMCA does, like David was saying, with summer camp, after school, as well as our Live Strong program, which is for cancer survivors, our Swim for Life program, which helps people that can't afford swim lessons and teaches them a life skill like how to swim, for our new program that's called Healthy Weight in Your Child for adolescents that are at risk or currently have diabetes. And it's just a lot of different programs like that this money goes to. So it's very beneficial, and we are very grateful for your donation to all of those programs and helping us to help our community. So,
all right.
Now, previous recipients of our charities and our checks have found it difficult to cash this one.
are you sure? I might be able to make it work.
So that one will work.
Yeah, this might work.
Do another one?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. Thank you, Nick.
Absolutely, thank you.
And if you want to come every week, we'd welcome you to be a member from Hawaii. We've been working on Zach, but Zach's schedule has been crazy.
Yeah.
You have staff meetings on Thursdays, is that what's been happening?
I think he has other meetings. We have our full-time staff meeting is every other Monday, but I think he does have he's got meetings all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us know what he's doing.
Okay.
Right. That one we can't check in.
A lot to cover. We had our first session yesterday at the Carolina Community College. they had their spring fling, and it was an opportunity for a lot of different organizations to talk to the kids about things that they could connect with. And so it was a great opportunity for us to do Rotaract. And Patrick is probably going to come over late to our meeting, and just to make sure that I don't run over after 1 o'clock. He said he wanted to check in to make sure that it's over at 1 o'clock. But anyway, he organized it for us. And John, could I ask you to say a few words about what happened yesterday?
Sure. As President Larry had said, we had a very nice time at Central Carolina Community College. It was kind of cold in the morning. It got much warmer as we were there. David and Spivey and I had the morning shift. We had a hoop shoot of sorts to get people to be drawn and attracted to us. Dr. Bud Marchant didn't shoot any hoops at the time, but we did wave at him as we were enjoying our lunch, and he said he was very busy. So, but no, I'm just kidding with Bud. We had a lot of kids come talk to us. Young adults. We actually had didn't anticipate that we'd have as many Lee Early College students come to see us as well. Well, if you know procedurally, Lee Early College lines up with the Interact Club, and there is an Interact Club at Lee Early College right now, as sponsored by Sanford Rotary. So we talked to a lot of kids about Rotaract. We're attempting to start a Rotaract at CCCC, and then Patrick and Larry and
David.
Tommy and David Foster and
David Spivey.
well, but even David Foster had helped out, but David Spivey was there as well.
Yeah.
But anyways, we had a very nice time, and hopefully we'll be able to meet with some more on the 25th for our follow-up meeting to see if there's interest enough to charter a club.
Yeah, I think it worked out really, really well. We weren't
Yep.
sure because originally it was scheduled for March, and so we bought this unit that has 2 basketball hoops
Yep.
and 4 basketballs, little ones.
Yep.
And it's a really, really neat thing. And so we thought March Madness is going to be terrific. This will be a great way to draw kids over to our table. Well, it was because the weather was canceled in March, so we had it in April. We weren't sure how it was going to work, but it turned out to be a great draw.
It was, yeah.
And then we tried to think, and we'll show you pictures of this thing. We don't have them right now. They may be up on the community college website. But it is a great unit, and it's probably goes from here to the wall, and then the hoops are up, maybe about 5 feet up off the ground. So we talked about what to do with it. We bought it at a very, very good price, and we wanted to figure out what we could do, because we're not going to use it as our club very often. So what we decided to do with club approval is to donate it to our new Rotaract Club and let them use it to be a fundraiser and do things on behalf of their club. So if everybody's all right with that, we're just going to leave it at the community college, but can practice anytime he wants over there. But it looks like it's a real win-win for us. And we hope to get this really off the ground for the fall of next year, but have this early membership meeting in 25th.
That's right, May 25th.
And all of you are really invited to come if you want to be a part of that, because I think this is going to be one of the best youth activities that we'll have with our club. And Yvonne's granddaughter, Madison, signed up.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't there when she signed up, but I think we said, Madison, you need to be president. So when you check with Madison, okay, thank you. And Cammie Shabbat, she's going to help with this too. Okay, Yvonne, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast is something that we're going to be doing very shortly. I need all of you that's interested in going to please go down to the Temple box office, see Anna, tell her that you are with Jonesboro Rotary, that you want to buy your tickets, pay her, and then she will let me know how many people are going to be coming, so that when it comes dessert time, then I've got plenty of desserts and we've got plenty of drinks to take care of everybody. But make sure you also tell Anna that you are going to be in the balcony. Peggy was reserving the balcony for us so that we can go up and not be disturbed, enjoy the fellowshipping, and then sit down and watch beautiful Haley as she performs Beauty in Beauty and the Beast.
You know, we just keep rolling off all these things that we're doing as a club. The next thing right after Beauty and the Beast is the block party. And John, can you pop up again?
So we're doing, and I spoke about this at length before. I got some flyers to, if you'll take this back to your place of business and or home and post it. The Sanford block party is Saturday, April 28th. It's coming up in a couple short Saturdays. This is actually the same day as Chris will be doing his dodgeball tournament. And but yeah, we're gonna be doing this at the W.B. Wicker School. So if you'll come out, we're gonna start feeding you at 8 a.m. for breakfast. The event is from 9 till 2. We've got the food truck from San Felipe, as well as hot dogs, hamburgers, homemade desserts from 2 different churches. So it's gonna be a really, really big, wonderful event. This is the 8th year that we've done this. I actually just gave this presentation to Sanford Rotary. So I'm gonna pass around a sign-up sheet. If you can just let us know. What we've done in the past, and Rotary has been a very gracious and generous supporter of this. If we get enough from our club, say 7 or 8 or 10, we'll put all of you on just one home. And then we'll have the Jonesboro Rotary home. And we're gonna have probably well in excess of 150 people there. We might have as many as 200 people there that day. So I'll pass around a sign-up sheet for that. Thank you, President Larry.
Okay, thank you, John.
Yep.
And in addition to the block party and helping to clean up and make Sanford look even prettier than it is now, one of the things Rotary has internationally is to plant a tree. Every Rotarian is to plant a tree. Our Rotary president has been asking all year long that this be done by Arbor Day. And so, Bill, can you tell everybody what we've got?
Sure. We have some cherry trees for everybody to take home with them. One of our master gardeners through Cooperative Extension was kind enough to donate. Should be enough trees for everybody to take home when you leave today. And go ahead and I'd say try to get them in the ground here pretty soon. Try to find a fairly sunny spot. Well-drained soil is ideal for these trees, but yeah, and that really fulfills the requirement that I guess the global chart, the environment.
Project, planting the trees,
Yeah,
and check off the block for environment.
Yeah, and thanks for everybody also that did participate in the pollinator garden cleanup and
Can we
maintenance.
put the trees so when people leave, they can?
Sure. Do you have? Are they back there, Larry?
Yeah, I think they're right here.
Yep. We'll set them by the door so everybody can grab one on the way out. And John had asked before, you do have to take off the plastic cup before you come. Just to clarify.
Thank you, Bill. Oh, I do. I got it down.
John, that was a good question. Though. Thank you.
You're welcome, Bill.
You may want to go to his house with a tree and help him.
Bill, can you help me plant mine?
Yeah. Yeah, which shouldn't be too hard.
That's horrible.
Things to keep in mind. Belts. And John, here goes John again.
I can't finish my food, Larry. No, Ed Mishler has been helping out with Belk Charity Days every year for the past, I don't know, 5 or 8 or 10 years, something like that. Ed couldn't be here. He had a eye appointment, so I said, Ed, I got it. Belk Charity Days, this is a $5 coupon right here. This $5, should you decide to purchase for going to Belk's on Cinco de Mayo, May 5, the $5 stays with the club to the benefit of Jonesboro Rotary. This is a $5 coupon which you can redeem at Belk's and you get $5 off any item that you want to buy. This is just a flyer that tells you what is going on that day. They actually have sales going on the same day. It's a good deal, honestly it is. I participated and got stuff for my kids and all that kind of stuff in years past. So if you want to purchase, it's again $5 per ticket. You can get as many as you want. And then on May 5, you can go to do that. The other reason why I'm announcing it is because Ed's trying to pass the torch to the next person. And so I'm trying to see if I can get someone that says, I got it, I'll take it. So just someone that will do exactly what I'm doing now, which is announce it at each meeting and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to do that and are so led, please let me know.
Possession is 9/10.
And I know. And you see, Chris, I can't even finish my own, my food here. But yeah. So if you want to take over this project, please let us know.
Yeah.
And I do have tickets up here. So.
Well, and it's meant to us around $600-700 a year. So,
Yeah.
In addition
And
to,
it's easy.
yeah.
It's the easiest fundraising we're
So
going
the
to do.
next several weeks, we need to work on some, and I'll be coming around requesting volunteers.
There you go. There you go, Larry, by assumption.
Okay. District Assembly, May 4th. David, can you sign up Morris, because Morris has agreed to go. Can you sign him up for that? And-
Well, they send an email and it's specific to who they send
Oh.
an email to, but I'll find out.
And
Okay.
Chris, that's one that the President-elect and President-nominee needs to go to. So that's Friday morning,
May 4th.
May 4th. Okay. And whatever the routine is to sign up, we need to get that done pretty quickly. We've done district conference. Next week, the program is Sister Cities coming to talk to us about what we hope we'll set up in Mexico, thanks to the Rotary connection that we've got in Mexico. And we have another check presentation. Jim, are we ready for Teresa? Okay.
I have to redo it.
Well, Teresa, everybody greet Teresa Kelly. One of our favorite things that we do for our community is to work with CUOC, and we've done a lot of things. We've collected food, we've helped distribute food over there, we've done backpack pals, and this is primarily about backpack pals. And Teresa was, and CUOC was good enough to take this over from Community and Schools when Community and Schools was unable to continue with it. So we decided that this would be a wonderful way for us to continue to support CUOC by helping with Backpack Pals. So we do the district grant every year with that, and so the district will match us 1 for 2. So we put in $600, and the district put in $300. So Teresa, I'd like to present this, and we'll get you a real check. But can you tell us a little bit more about what's happening with Backpack Pals, how it's taken off?
Really, when we took it over about 1.5 years ago, we were doing under 200 bags a week for kids in the school system. It was mainly in the elementary school. But this year, this week, when we just distributed today, we distributed 335 bags, and it went to 15 of the Lee County schools, and there's 16 schools. So we're in all the schools, including Floyd Knight, the Lee Early College. We are also at both the high schools. So it has really made an impact with the change that's happened. So we know that last year we distributed somewhere just under 11,000 bags throughout the school year last year. And so we know that because we've almost doubled in distribution, that's going to be a lot more this year when we close out the school year in June. So the one thing that we've been a little bit concerned about is the kids' summer feeding program. Right now, we know that 68% of our kids are on free and reduced meals, but only about 8% in Lee County are getting summer assistance. So we're going to try to do something about that this year. We are going to try to go to neighborhoods with some of the backpack stuff to actually get the kids that maybe would not have food otherwise. So we're going to be working on that. So thank you for what you do for us.
Yeah. And this is the one. The real one. You know, I think everybody in this room understands the importance of CUOC. It's been ongoing now for 11, 12 years?
No, actually starting September's 15 years.
15 years, holy cow. And it's incredible the amount of good that comes out of CUOC and the care that is given every week to the folks that come there. And you've got between 50 and 100 families that are in there 3 times a week. So
Yeah. Right now,
we-
we're somewhere between 700 and 750 families a month that we're feeding out of CUOC.
So we don't know what we would do without CUOC here in Lee County, or without Teresa.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Thanks. Okay, can we turn to Chris for the program?
Sure.
Oh, wait a
Can I make an
minute.
announcement first?
Yeah, you can make an announcement, and then we got to get Van up if he's finished for Sergeant at Arms, but that could be really fast.
Yeah, that could be really fast. Hey Larry, I think we got most
Here
everything,
you go.
everything covered here. But the only people I don't think we've recognized are, Bob, who is a guest of
Terry.
Terry McMillan. Let's give Bob Finch a big round. Thanks for bringing Bob with you.
Hey, Bob, when you raise your hand like that, that's you qualify for membership.
Okay, I think we recognize everybody. We recognize Teresa, recognize Bob, Nick from the YMCA. Thank you so much for all you do. Yvonne, we've already got your announcement, right? Bill, we got your tree pickup announcement done. Any other announcements come for the club at this time?
Yes, sir.
How about Chris? Chris, go Amber.
All right, so 2 things. First of all, many of you have supported the Temple Theater golf tournament in the past. I brought you some literature. You're not going to escape without giving that back to me with a commitment. We're looking for teams, John Crumpton, and we're looking for tee sponsors. Look, I know how you do. Those of you that play with John know that he likes to bring teams of 2 and 3 so that he can hit multiple times. We've got you figured out. But yeah, we're looking for teams still, particularly for the afternoon. We do an 8 o'clock session, a 1:45 session. The 1:45 session's wide open. Come out and play with us. $400 for a team. It's $100 per person. Tee sponsorships are $150, and if you feel so compelled, you can be a presenting sponsor. You can go as high as you want, John Ramsberger. Hey. All right, so that is on May 15th. April 28th, John alluded, I just have a question. I'm not trying to take anything away from the block party, but given the opportunity to play dodgeball or go weed somebody's grass, April 28th, I'll be playing dodgeball, and you didn't know that you're in the presence of greatness. My team won the first time round, but there was some controversy because Nick Hoffman's team didn't get a chance to play us, and they talked about it for months. Nick and his team, led by Ken Britton, won the second time round, and they will be out there, and I will make sure that we're seated so that we get to have this tiebreaker here. And last night, actually showed up for trivia with his trophy in hand.
I did.
Trying to get it filled with libations. So we'll be out there. Come on out. You guys have been very supportive. We're up to 21 teams entered already. We really think we can get to 30 and would love to get to 40 by the day of. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's what I've got. The program.
Chris,
Yes?
want to do golf tournament for the chemical announcement?
That's what I just did.
You did.
Yeah. Blood sugar must be low, brother. Go back and eat.
All right. I'll apologize. Last weekend I went to the car show. Okay, I'm still kind of recuperating.
Is that a brag?
Yeah, it is. It is. Charles.
I want to brag on this wonderful cake.
Absolutely.
I can't imagine this history.
Gary, what do you got? Real quick, what do you got, brother? Come on.
Hey, this got to be really quick. Hey, you know what? As a Marine, Mr. Edward told me he forgave me. You know, we videoed him last week, and I got a chance to get into someone introduced to him. So he said he forgave me for being a Marine. He was in the Army, so you know, I just want to they appreciate you bringing him out here. Had a wonderful job looking at the video, edited it, and matter of fact, he was so good. He has his own separate video. Okay, go to the website.
Okay.
Just go to this website.
Thank you, Jerry. Anybody else got any more stuff coming for the club at this time? Yes, sir. David.
Boys and Girls Club's having a basketball fundraiser tonight at Lee Senior High School. The sheriff departments are playing teachers. I've got tickets, $5 to the event, $7 to the door.
That's an announcement, not a brag, right?
Correct.
I went to see my grandchildren in DC last week, and I won't brag too much. The most important thing I did probably was far more important, is I logged number 1942 at the Heroes Pub in Athens.
Anything else come for Larry? Morris, okay.
Morris
Just want to say, I was in Washington D.C. Yesterday, Monday through Wednesday, and if you ever get a chance, go to the National Archives Museum. You can get as close as me and Jeremy to the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Magna Carta, and it's impressive.
For my new little granddaughter in Calgary, she's a doll.
Sorry, Chris. All right, sir. I have the pleasure to introduce two of my favorite ladies in the world. Peggy Taphorn, who has directed and put the entire thing together that has become Beauty and the Beast, and Miss North Carolina 2011. Do I have that right?
You do, yeah.
No notes. I like it. I'm just going to let these ladies talk. Come on up.
Excellent. Well, thank you. Thank you, Chris. I'm going to start with a little bit about next season and give you some fascinating facts from this season. We just compiled our state grants. Every 3 years we have to do a very comprehensive state grant, and we have people that come and audit us, and we have all kinds of facts and tidbits that we have to assemble for them. And I'm really proud to say that last year we served 38,000 unique individuals that came into Lee County. 35% of those were from Wake County. But we had patrons that came from 61 counties out of the 100 counties in North Carolina. We also had people who came from South Carolina and Virginia into Lee County for the Temple Theater. Again, I've told you before, my goal is to make this the Barter Theater of North Carolina. At some point, I want to bring in 250,000 people annually like they do. And we are reaching that goal. This year we also met our $1 million budget, which I've been working on so that we can start getting more federal grants, which we will start applying for. And we are wrapping up this fabulous season with Beauty and the Beast, which opens next week. It is the biggest, most extravagant production we have ever attempted. We're adding the costumes tonight. We've been to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania twice to pick up costumes in U-Haul trucks, and it's going to be quite the show. I don't think I'll sleep until May, but it's going to be great once we get all the magic and the costumes and all the wonderful things, all the elements pulled together. It really is a great way to end my 10th season here. It's been a bit of a rocky season, as most of you know. The ironic part is that for the first time in Temple Theater history, we had been able to build up a prudent reserve. Again, one of my goals is to have about $250,000 in a prudent reserve. We had accumulated over the past 10 years $150,000, and unfortunately one of our employees stole every bit of that money. The good news is that we have already, as of today, recouped about $80,000 of that, and I think that we will recoup the rest of it before all is said and done. But again, it's been a very interesting year. We set box office records right off the bat with Footloose, which is a tremendous hit and a great way to say goodbye to a lot of our seniors who have been Temple teens now for 5 years, and seniors in high school who are graduating and going on to greener pastures. So that was a great way to start the season. And then if you got to see Church Basement Ladies, you witnessed what a phenomenon that was. We basically doubled what I had estimated as a single ticket sales budget. And that's one of them where we had people coming. I had 3 busloads that came from South Carolina. They came over 3.5 hours to the Temple Theater to see Church Basement Ladies in 3 buses on one Thursday. That was pretty cool. I'm also very happy to say that last year, and this year's going to even top that, we served over 10,800 kids with our various programs. We just had our summer signups. This summer we are doing 11 different camps for kids. If you recall, when I got here 10 years ago, we did one summer camp that served about 28 kids. Well, we had signed up 28 kids within the first 10 minutes of opening the doors yesterday for our summer camp signups. So I'm really thrilled with what we are able to do through our summer camps, through our year-round academies. We also do an in-school tour in March, which serves 4 different counties. We put together a show that is either curriculum-based or social services-based, and take that out into schools that can't come to our matinee program. For Beauty and the Beast, we are doing 9 3-show days so that we can do student matinees at 9:30 in the morning. And literally those have been sold out since October. So I'm really proud of what we've accomplished with our youth programs. Our challenge now is space. We have just literally run out of space. So we are looking for additional warehouse space and studio space and rehearsal space so that we can serve even more kids as they develop through our programs. But I do want to just talk very briefly, and then I'm going to let Haley talk for a couple minutes about Beauty and the Beast, because I'm really excited about next season. And one of the cool things about next season is that none of these shows have ever been done at the Temple before. We're kicking off with 1776, which if you like the Archive Museum, you will certainly enjoy 1776. It's based on the days leading up to the signing of Declaration of Independence. A lot of it is taken directly from the transcripts of those meetings. And I swear to you, I've done the show several times, that by the time you get to intermission, you're like, America's never going to happen. These people, these men are never going to be able to come together and agree and make this happen. It's very dramatic. It's got beautiful music in it. If you've ever seen the movie 1776, it's basically that. And I'm really excited we can finally bring that to life on the Temple stage. We're following that with a newish musical. It's beautiful music again. It's one of the most beautiful contemporary pop scores that I've ever heard from a Broadway show. And it's called Ghost the Musical, which is based on the movie starring Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. We're taking a little break from Christmas Carol this year. We've done it for 3 years now. We're going to take a couple years off. And so we are doing It's a Wonderful Life, the radio play, which is basically It's a Wonderful Life, but it's set in the 1940s, and they're doing it as a radio show. And that way they can add in the Foley artist who does all the sound effects. We're going to have a youth choir. It's going to be really, really festive and fun, and a different show for us to kind of celebrate the holiday season. Then we had such a hit with Church Basement Ladies. We are going back for a second helping. And there are 5 shows in the Church Basement Ladies series, and I personally think the second one and the Christmas one are the most funny. So if you got to see Church Basement Ladies and thought that was hysterical, just you wait. And I've already signed on the cast that just did it for us. They're all coming back next year in January. And then after that, we were doing the longest running play in the history of France. It's called Boeing, Boeing. It's set in the 1960s. It's basically a bedroom farce. A pilot in the 60s just happens to find himself engaged to 3 different stewardesses at the same time. And then Boeing comes up with a faster jet. So all of a sudden, all 4 of them end up in the same place at the same time. And as you can imagine, hilarity and a bit of confusion all happens. But it's really funny. And I think it's going to play really well on the Temple stage. Then we're doing another of my favorite shows that I've been wanting to do for several years. It's based on Mark Twain's stories. And it is called Big River. It's got beautiful country music, gospel music, bluegrass music. It's just a fantastic score. And it's really about Huck Finn and Jim, the runaway slave, and their adventures on the mighty Mississippi. And it's a beautiful story with some glorious music, and I'm excited about that one. And then we are ending with one of the most requested shows ever. And this is the one I'm very surprised has never been done at the Temple. Because it's been requested for many, many years. It is the most broadly performed musical in the American canon of great American musicals, and that is Grease. And again, we're going to bring in some professionals to work with our local teenagers, but this is going to be a show where, once again, we can feature all this talent that the Temple has nurtured from the ground up. Now that our programs start with 4-year-olds, it's going to be really exciting to see all these kids be able to work with professionals like Miss Haley Best, and bring that show to life. It's a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a fun way to welcome spring and close what will be my 11th season. So season tickets are on sale now. I'm sure Chris has talked, at length about our golf tournament that's coming up. It is our only fundraiser of the year and our biggest fundraiser of the year. So I hope you'll all come out and play, or at least be a T sponsor, because it's a great day out at Tobacco Road, and I don't even golf, and I have a wonderful time. So just come and ride around on a cart. That's a great course, just to kind of go and get lost. It's beautiful. So I hope to see you at Beauty and the Beast. I know Miss Yvonne's worked really hard to get that balcony full for us, and you will not be disappointed. It really is going to be magical. And so I want to bring up Miss Haley Best to talk a little bit, as she is the beauty to the Beast in Beauty and the Beast. The guy who's playing the Beast is Tim Houston, who is also based in New York, like Haley is. And he was last seen at the Temple as the lead in Hairspray a few years ago. He was Link Larkin, and he's fantastic as well. So the two of them together are pretty magical, even without all the special effects. So, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Haley Best.
I'm originally from Goldsboro, so being here in Sanford is kind of like a second home for me, which is exciting. This is my fourth show at the Temple. You may have seen me in My Fair Lady or Anything Goes or Legally Blonde, and I'm really glad to be back for this show. Beauty and the Beast is exactly what it sounds like. It's a magical Disney princess show, but what I love about Belle is that she's a very strong, independent, well-read, selfless, kind Disney princess, and she's not just about the Prince Charming and the beautiful ball gowns and the dancing and all the things that you think about when you think about Disney. It has a lot more substance, this story, than a lot of the Disney stories. So we really bring that part of this magical musical to life, but we also have the enchanted objects that are about as large as this table, and I don't know how we're going to fit them on the stage. We'll find out tonight. The sets are gorgeous, the costumes are gorgeous, the talent is beyond amazing, and what I think is probably the most magical part of this is we have 47 cast members, and we have 2 separate casts of children and teenagers from Sanford. So those kids and teenagers alternate performances, and the adult cast basically has to learn to adjust to whatever cast we have on stage that night. And it's exciting for us because it's a different show every time. But it's also fun because not just on stage, but backstage, we get to mentor the young people. We get to teach them what we've learned from people like Peggy and Gavin, our choreographer. And we also get to share in the storytelling. So that's really fun. I think the biggest stars of the show are going to be the 2 young ladies that play Chip, and they're both Sanford locals. One is, Cora's 7 years old, and Josie's 10 or 11, something like that. So that's really fun too. And so we have some local stars that you'll see that I think will be budding actresses and actors coming up. But we do open next Thursday, the 19th, and run through May 13th. So we have a show on Mother's Day as well, which is a nice Mother's Day treat, if you can hurry up and get your tickets for that. But it's a great show for families. It's a great show for adults and children. And we also have on April 29th, following the 2 p.m. matinee, we have a tea party with Belle and some of the enchanted objects at the Steel Pig. We only have 50 slots available, and we already have sold, I think, at least half of those. I don't remember the ticket prices because they're bundled with the show, so you'll have to check out the box office for that.
But basically, if you come to see the matinee for a child and an adult, you add an extra, it's only $10 to go to the tea. And if you don't, then it's $25 just for the tea alone. And it's going to be a really fun way. After every performance, Haley and Tim have agreed in the evenings, so on Friday and Saturday nights, they will also take photos with kids after the show in costume. So again, we're trying to make this a wonderful family-friendly extravaganza while we have all these enchanted objects crammed into the temple.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's exciting though, and I think that you'll be shocked to see this level of performance and this level of show here in Sanford. And I also just want to say thank you. I was bragging on the Temple yesterday. We went to Wakefield Women's Club in Raleigh to speak, and I was telling them that I've worked at a lot of theaters, and I've traveled all over the country, all over the world to perform, and this place makes me feel at home more than any other theater ever. You guys just embrace all of us that are from out of town and make us feel like family and make us feel like locals, and we have ladies that cook for us on 12-hour days that we'll have on Saturday and Sunday, and on 2 show days. We have people that feed us in between, and it's just a good feeling to be able to come back here for 7 weeks and not be far from my family and work with people like Peggy, but also feel so at home here in Sanford. So thank you for that, and thank you for having me today.
Does anybody have any wrap-up questions? Yes?
What literally was on the U-Haul trucks that you picked up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania?
The costumes. The costumes are all obviously specialty fabricated costumes because we have, Cogsworth the clock, and then we have a woman who plays a wardrobe, and then we have her gowns, which are this big, and the Beast. So literally 2 trucks full of
So do you
costumes.
lease them from some?
I rented them.
You rent them?
This is our biggest show ever, so you all literally have to come.
So
Because
who owns these?
costume company, believe me, researched everywhere on the planet to get the highest quality for the most cost-effective price. And it just so happens that it's called Showboat Cotton, that's not the name, Spotlight Costumes in Pittsburgh had the most beautiful for what we could afford. And they are beautiful.
I thought Yvonne could make stuff like that.
She can do some great stuff, but this is really it's crafting out of foam and latex, and I mean we have wolves and fur, and it's phenomenal.
Some of the costumes are so amazing that there's like just a costume parade and Be Our Guest.
Right.
They can't even dance in these costumes, they're so intricate.
Right, there's an egg timer
Exciting to see.
costume that one of the ladies wears that's literally huge, bigger than me. It's it's huge. So I'm excited about it. And we've rented drops from another production company that just rents Beauty and the Beast beautiful backdrops. Our set designers, we've been having production meetings on this show literally since October. And it's huge. We have special effects, and we have magic, and we have fireballs, and we have geyser fog, and confetti cannons, and a rose that actually the petals fall off. Our TD spent hours and hours doing tutorials off of YouTube to build this beautiful rose with copper tubing and wires, and it's really cool. LED lighting. We actually invested in 8 new lighting instruments just for this show that are LED that can spin and swirl, and new fog machines, and so literally you do all have to come, and you have to bring everybody you know. But it is going to be magic, and it's going to be a great way to end my 10th season, so I'm excited. Other questions? Well, thanks for having me.
How many, put your hands in the air, how many people can be there for the Rotary night at the Temple with Beauty and the Beast? We got to make the phone calls. We got to get the reservations in for that. Because I know the other clubs, the other 3 clubs in Area 10, all of them are talking about it. We haven't had that many responses. We'll have the Area 10 President's meeting next week.
What's our date again, Larry?
The 27th, excuse me. Thank you. But we got to get the other clubs in as well. And I think we can fill.
Great.
We should be able, with the enthusiasm here and what we're going to get from the other clubs, we should be able to fill.
Great. And as Yvonne said, I'm going to hold the balcony as long as I can. There are several shows already that are close to selling out, but I'm going to hold it for you until I absolutely
Well, I'm
can't.
giving them until the 20th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Great.
Okay. Now, to do the support that we do for our community, and obviously today you saw 2 checks that we were doing. We've got to get the support of all our members behind the Pots of Gold ticket sales. We're at 680 right now.
Actually, we crossed 700 threshold today.
Okay. At our board meeting today, we decided that, or we think, that in order to fund what we do, we have to sell a minimum of 800 tickets. So there's at least another 100 that we have to sell in order to be able to keep doing what we're doing for the community. So I'm asking you, if you have those tickets, sell them. If you have trouble, get to one of us, and we'll try to help wherever we can. But we've got to get this support taken care of. And let's give a hand to Jim, who stated that we couldn't be doing what we're doing without Jim doing what he's doing. So we really appreciate it, Jim. And so, Jim, would you have...
How about Miss Peggy? Would you
Miss
draw a
Peggy,
card
sure.
ticket for us today? And
What'd you say, John? I said, pick mine.
for,
I did win last week.
just as a reminder,
2 weeks in a row.
for the amazing director, manager, jack of all trades from Temple Theater, we give $100 a week away for 26 weeks and $2,500 on the last meeting in June. So if you
Excellent.
rumble in
Absolutely.
there and grab a ticket.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Just don't draw John Ramsberg.
Yeah, please.
It's the one we turned in today, Zach West, Larry Akins.
No way.
Hey, Nick, let me take that check back to him, and you tell him that he's a Rotarian forever.
There's a delivery fee, I'm gonna keep that.
If you hold up before, I'll write a check for this before we go.
Thank you. And another thing we talked about at the board meeting was, in order to support Pots of Gold, our membership has to increase. We were down under 40 for a while. We're now at 42. And we went through a list of potential members. We have probably 6, maybe 7 that will be joining between now and July. That's what we're hoping for. But in order for us to continue to support the community, we have to have around 50 members. So please, get out and find those members. And I'm pretty sure that we will wind up close to 48 to 50 by July 1st. Anything else for the good of the club? We didn't do a 50-50 today. So, Nick, since you're getting so involved in Rotary, would you help us lead the 4-way test? No pressure.
Okay. So the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First,
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
And before we do the pledge, I want to thank the following people for coming. Nick, for sure. Peggy, thank you for everything that you do for the community. Haley, we're all looking forward to your next performance. And we'll be there just cheering away. Bob, remember you put your hand in the air. Okay, and Teresa, again, for everything that you do for the community and all the people in need. We just don't know what the community would do without you. So now, let's do the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, well, when you see Patrick, tell him we were done at 1.